A wave of interest in online forex trading swept over Kenya in the 2010s. Alfred Wangai and his wife Nkatha positioned themselves as forex trading experts. In reality, there was no currency trading happening at VIP Portal. Driving down the Nairobi-Namanga highway in 2013, a pink two-story building stood out in Kitengela. Brandished on the building was the name of a business that promised exclusive wealth, VIP Portal. The average passerby would think it was a high-end corporate office. For thousands of Kenyans, it appeared as their hack to a life they dreamt about. However, as it still stands, most people found the intricacies of trading too complicated, and they needed an expert to do it for them. And that's where Alfred Wangai and his wife Nkatha come in. They positioned themselves as forex trading experts. The pitch was as simple as they come, yet devastatingly effective. VIP Portal promised astounding returns with guaranteed monthly payouts of 60 to 80%. To put it into perspective, government bonds or standard bank accounts pay less than 10% annually. What VIP Portal was promising meant turning investors into overnight millionaires. Of course, initial investors reaped benefits, and that's where the psychological trap started. They marketed VIP Portal to their neighbors and villagers in Limuru, Kiambu and Kajiado counties. And it wasn't long before farmers, retirees, and scores of residents at large were buying into the get-rich-quick scheme. Soon enough, many turned to extreme measures for a larger piece of the pie. Farmers sold plots of land, retirees deposited their pensions, and families emptied their savings or took out high-interest loans. In just 1 year, Alfred Wangai and Nkatha had collected over 1 billion Kenyan shillings. Away from the computer screens and high-end offices, the promised profits were a smokescreen. In reality, there was no currency trading happening at VIP Portal. All it was a textbook case of a classic pyramid scheme. Early investors earned the 80% monthly returns promised. However, these were not market profits. Instead, it was cash brought in by new investors. And the cycle kept going on for as long as there were new investors buying into the scheme. But like with all pyramid schemes, VIP Portal hit a wall in mid-2014 when the pool of new investors dried up. Soon enough, the house of cards collapsed. The monthly payouts stopped almost instantly, and their smooth operations turned into endless delays and excuses. It wasn't long before their phone lines also went dead. When the truth was unearthed, it left the communities across Limuru and Kitengela in utter shock. The state eventually intervened, with detectives clamping down on the operation in 2014. Eventually, Alfred Wangai and Nkatha were arrested and arraigned in court. They faced numerous counts of conspiracy to defraud and operating an unlicensed financial institution. But what happened next exposed the reality of legal justice for financial fraud in Kenya. Instead of swift justice, the case dragged on for nearly a decade. The couple's legal team launched continuous appeals, constitutional petitions, and technical objections, which successfully stalled the criminal case. At one point, the couple pledged to refund investors in an attempt to settle the matter out of court. But the reality on the ground was marked by bitter disappointment. Only a small fraction of the thousands of victims ever saw a single shilling back. The vast majority of the 1 billion Kenyan shillings vanished into thin air. It was either spent, converted, or rendered untraceable. The VIP Portal disaster was a reckoning in Kenya's financial sector. It led the Capital Markets Authority to strictly regulate online forex trading and license legitimate compliant brokers. But the foundational lesson of the pink building in Kitengela remains entirely unchanged. If you want to protect your hard-earned money from the next iteration of this scam, you must remember the golden rules of investing. Don't let the allure of fast money blind you into the traps. In the financial world, if an opportunity looks too good to be true, it always is.